This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Let's get right into the news. Okay, so Dame Dash says that he was never trying to smash Jay-Z's girl Beyonce, which a lot of other people say otherwise, right? But they say that Dame Dash was always trying to take girls from Jay-Z. I guess Aaliyah was with Jay-Z at first, and then Dame Dash swooped in and did some low-down dirty stuff. Now that we know more about Dame Dash, doesn't it seem more that Dame Dash would be the one trying to take girls from people in this because he thought he was cool, even though he wasn't a rapper, right? He thought he was cooler than everybody, when the rapper's always the cooler one, right? So Dame Dash has made himself look like such a clown in the past 10 to 15 years that we've seen that how little of a man he is. Pause. Like he makes up lies about Camron, makes up lies about Jay-Z. Now, I'm not saying Jay-Z's perfect because I think Jay-Z does a lot of petty things to people. And I think his get back at Dame Dash for 10 years of dealing with him was what he did with the Def Jam deal. I think that it was just like, you know what? And people won't realize that unless they worked at Rockefeller and saw everything or whatever. But a lot of people probably knew that Dame Dash had that coming, like he treated people, he gave so many opportunities, but at the same token treated people so bad, So he says, he did all these underhand comments when he was asked this. I looked at Beyonce like a little girl, and, I would never try to holler at her. I was going after somebody else, and most girls would choose me over Jay-Z anyways. And I was like, bro, like this guy had never matured past the age of 25. He just stopped, Most people mature and they get past all this stuff. Not Dame Dash. Dame Dash is still 25 forever. Anyways, Devin Haney, another immature person, got married. Did he get married to this girl? The girl he was with and has a kid with, right? He's taking her to court, her fiance, for keeping $350,000 worth of wedding gifts. Well, you gave her the gifts. They're gifts. You can't really ask for them back. In anticipation of their wedding, they got $350,000 worth of gifts. He's claiming he only spent money on the assumption that they'd be tying the knot. Now they've broken up. He wants the gifts back while citing $500,000 worth of damages. Leanne's attorney, Mark Vincent Carpan, addresses the filing in a statement provided by TMZ. He wrote, the move appears to be an extension of his campaign to punish her for having obtained a domestic violence restraining order against him after suing her civilly for what she had to provide the court. All right, so it is what it is. Devin Haney's being petty. Cardi B claims that her pregnancy would never affect her new tour coming up next year. I think it will affect that tour that starts in February. But hey, maybe it won't. Who knows? But all I could tell you is this. Cardi B got tricked into this whole thing because she says, Stephen Diggs says, I want to heal you. Let me heal you. And she fell for that. And he, had a baby with her. Now, Cardi B, this is going to be a bad decision for her. She's going to look back at this as a bad decision. I'm going to tell you why. The Offset thing, that whole thing fell apart at the end of 2025, right? She was hurt. She rebounded into a relationship with somebody worse than Offset. Stephen Diggs is known to be a player. He just moves girl to girl to girl. Even since he's been with Cardi, he's been spotted with other girls. She kept partying with him to, she was, healing, right? People have rebounds. But she had a baby while having a rebound. Or she got pregnant while having a rebound. So now she's tied to this guy for 18 years, really for the rest of your life. She has 2 baby dads now. I mean, it's insanity, man. I mean, this isn't someone who's a great example for anything. So, yeah, she is making a mess out of her life. Let's just put it that way. So now she has 2 baby dads. Yeah. Jake Paul and Devin Haney will not... I'm sorry, not Devin Haney. And Gervonta Davis will not be fighting in Atlanta this year. They were supposed to have a fight at the end of the year. That is now canceled. It says Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis have withdrawn request for event permits in Atlanta, per chairman of the Georgia State Commission, Rick Thompson. A lot of people were looking forward to this. I wonder why. I would assume that Tank. Let's see. Gervonta Davis weight class. I don't know enough about boxing, but he's a lightweight, right? Crawford weight class. He's a heavyweight, right? He's a middleweight. Could they even fight? Could Terrence Crawford and Gervonta fight if one of them came to a certain weight class? I don't know. But they're in super middleweight. Huh. Because maybe that's why it got canceled. Maybe Terrence Crawford. I don't know. We'll see. We will see what happens with that. Then we got Camron. Does details on what happened with Adrien Broner. Obviously, things went left. He came in drunk, disrespecting their co-host, the female co-host, 20 times, and he had to let him go. But he clarifies it here.
What's good, everybody? I just wanted to talk about the AB shit real quick. I didn't even address it yesterday, anything like that, but I just wanted to put some context to what happened. Because I see a few people like, yo, Kim, how you love the nigga? How you say you love the nigga, then kick the nigga out? Look, I didn't just meet AB that day. I've known AB for some years, and I consider him a friend, to be totally honest with you. Not the friend that you be like, yo, let's get some bitches, yo, let's get this money. Nah. One of them friends where you be like, yo, how you doing? When we bump into each other, mutual respect, and we got some mutual friends in Ohio. So that's first and foremost. And when I seen him walking through the casino, I said, yo, hey, come on the show. It wasn't like he was booked to come on the show or anything like that. And he came on the show. And I seen he was a little tipsy, but he was definitely coherent. If you watch that whole episode, very witty, very funny, quick on his feet. I think he has a great career in television. If he doesn't. What's good, everybody? I just wanted to talk about the AB shit real quick. I didn't even address it yesterday, anything like that anymore. I think he's very funny, witty, etc. And he's a friend of mine. But the context of the whole thing was basically if your friend comes to your house and he keeps flirting with your 23-year-old sister after you ask him, stop flirting with my 23-year-old sister, and he doesn't listen, you got to get out of my house. That's basically the whole context to the whole shit. It's not a lot to talk about, to be honest with you. It wasn't a proud moment. It's more of a, I would say, what's the word I'm looking for? It isn't embarrassing, it isn't proud. It's more like a damn moment. Because I know AB's talent, and I know what he could do. And I'm like, yo, bro, this dude could really be one of them dudes. He's one of the few boxers that know how to fight, and not only know how to fight when he's in shape, he knows how to sell it. A lot of boxers could box and can't talk. A lot of boxers can anymore. I think he's very fun. Talk but can't fight. He has the kind of the total package when it comes to that pause. But you can't come in my house and flirt with my 23-year-old sister and we ask you to stop and you don't stop. It's even parts where we edited out, where I said, stop taping. Yo, you got to stop. Even that didn't air on the show. And he said, cool, but then he didn't stop. So that's just basically the context of what happened. And it was some things, that's what I did want to say. It was some things that I said when he left the room purely out of frustration. It's like your man, you know he's super duper good in what he does, but he just can't get it together. So when he walked out the room, what I said was more out of frustration, like, this fucking nigga, I'm not gonna repeat what I said, but it's more like, it's why this nigga can't get it together type vibe in my brain. But I appreciate everybody talk, but whether you liked it or didn't like it, but it was just purely, you can't come in my house and flirt with my sister that's 23 years old and we asked you not to. But I'm rooting for AB, I'm praying for him, and I hope he does get together because I think he's an extraordinary talent.
Yeah, well said, well said. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.